Nisnik. I'm a nutritional consultant here at the World of Wellness. I help people turn their lives around. And today I'm going to talk about a system to help you turn your life around. It's very simple, very easy to follow, very common sense system. You'd think this system will be taught to everybody around the world. But no, that may interfere with pharmaceutical sales, and you just can't have that now, can you? So, a little bit about background about me. I'm a 1978 graduate of Center High School. I went to Carnegie Mellon studying mechanical engineering, and I worked for several civil engineering firms for quite a number of years before I got into the health and healing field. Healing people has been really my passion for the last 31 years. I had to heal myself first. I had all kind of back pain, neck pain, knee pain. Back went out when I was 19. Biceps tore off from arthritis, extreme sleep apnea. And I function tremendously well. I sleep well. I don't have sleep apnea unless I eat terrible food. My life radically changed from what I'm going to tell you about today. So here's my contact information. If you need to set an appointment with me, call the World of Wellness. We're at 412-922-9355. So write that down, 412-922-9355. A little bit of an FDA disclaimer. I'm not a medical doctor. I don't treat, I don't cure, I don't prevent any disease. This presentation, these statements, these are for informational purposes only, and they're not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease. And should you have any medical condition, or you're advised to see your licensed healthcare practitioner for that. And good luck with that, right, Phil? Good luck with that. So let me give you an example of what's possible about turning your life around. People come to me all the time, and I help them turn their life around. Amanda, a lady in her early 40s, she had 3 years of incredible abdominal pain. She saw many doctors. She saw surgeons. Some surgeons wanted to cut out sections of her colon. They didn't really know what was wrong with her, but they wanted to cut out parts of her intestines anyway. She couldn't tap lightly on her abdomen anywhere. She was in that much pain. She came to see me. I did all my testing with her. I showed her what foods to stay away from. I showed her what basically her body communicated. Her body didn't like these particular foods. Her body communicated it didn't like these particular heavy metals. Probably had a buildup of those metals in her system. Her body had a very strong reaction for all these antifungal remedies and particular nutrients to help nutrify the body. She changed her lifestyle. She changed her daily nutrient status. And lo and behold, she wrote me a testimonial letters that within 2 weeks, her 3-year problem was gone. The body can heal itself. You got to give it nutrients to do so. We require nutrition to function, and our farmland is abysmal in nutrient density. And when people try to, be healthy eating a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit from a fast food restaurant in the morning, or they try to be healthy eating a Pop-Tart and running out the door, or they try to be healthy eating a bagel and a coffee and running out the door in the morning, they're seriously doing themselves a disservice. And we'll talk about that more and more today. What else can be possible? Lori, a lady in her early 40s. 20 years prior to seeing me, she was in a nasty car crash. She was in a coma for a week. Ever since then, she had irritable bowel. Couldn't control her bowels. 20 years this went on, and she came and saw me. I did my testing with her. Her body communicated, said she wanted this, nutrients, those nutrients. Her body communicated, said it didn't like these particular foods. She avoided those foods. She put nutrition in her system. And within a month, she came for her first follow-up visit me and told me, first time in 20 years, she didn't have irritable bowel. I didn't treat her for anything. All I did was aid and assist her in improving her nutritional status. And lo and behold, her body got better. Guy named Jeff, sensitive to a bunch of allergies. I do allergy reversal treatments. Dr. Weiner did this for years. Dr. Roy Carey did these for years. One day he went home, his sinuses were running, his eyes were irritated when he got in the house. Turns out his mom had bought a fresh bouquet of flowers. They were sitting on the table, and he was reacting to them. Remotely in my office, I was asking him about different things in his house. And I said, is there anything new or different in your house? Because we weren't finding any answers. He says, yeah, my mom brought home these flowers. I tested him on the flowers remotely, and he failed on the flowers. He went home, he called his mother, had her get rid of the flowers, opened the house up, aired it out, and every time I went back in the house, it didn't bother him anymore. Later in her 40s, she had acne on her back for decades, rash on her lower legs for 9 months. Saw doctors, saw dermatologist, Dr. Weiner's favorite doctor, dermatologist, and
We
steroid
have a favorite doctor.
steroid favorite doctor he liked to rip on, basically. Steroid cream, antibiotic, steroid cream, antibiotic, steroid cream, antibiotic. She came and saw me. I tested her. She tested strongly for all the anti-parasite formulas that we had in the office. Found the best one for her. Her body said it wanted the most. Changed her diet, avoided foods that inflamed her, put nutrients in her system, and within a month, her leg rash was practically gone. Her back knee, acne on her back that she had for years, was a fraction of what it used to be. And within a few months, her back was cleared up for the first time ever in her life. Well, at least 20 some years. See, D and T. This is a husband and wife. They were in their early 30s. The wife had open sores in her nose, couldn't close these sores for 2.5 years. Saw a bunch of doctors for this. They couldn't figure out what was causing this. Couldn't get these sores to close up. She also couldn't lose weight. She was exercising and couldn't lose weight. Her husband also was exercising, couldn't lose weight, but he had this eczema or psoriasis across his arms, across his chest for over 9 months. Came and saw me. We tested their body. Their body communicated, said it wanted all these antifungal supplements, wanted particular nutrients, wanted to stay away from certain foods. They changed their lifestyle. They didn't take the magic pill. They changed their lifestyle. Came back a month later, and the wife's sinuses were clear. The open sores disappeared, and her husband's rash disappeared. And the wife lost 5 pounds. The husband lost 15 pounds. Can't guarantee that for you, but it's worth a shot. 82-year-old female, very fatigued, bloated, irritable bowel syndrome. This was going on for 2.5 years. She came to me. I tested her, showed her what foods were probably really irritating her system. Her body communicated with this. It wasn't I told her to stay away from these foods. Her body said it didn't like these foods. She avoided those foods, gave her 90 nutrients, gave her the right antifungal remedy. 4 days, she said, she was back to full energy. She was very upset that quite often she'd sleep in the afternoon, had no energy. She went home, she cut the grass, she did yard work, and then she went dancing that night. She was astounded that it was that quickly it turned around. What else? Jerry, a guy in his mid-60s, incredible abdominal pain. It was so bad, he was contemplating suicide because for years, the pain in his body was just untenable. And he thought he had no hope. And he was considering, an exit strategy. So he came to see me because he had no quality of life. He heard about me from somewhere else. And he came in. I did a bunch of testing with him. His body communicated and wanted certain nutrients, wanted to avoid certain foods. He changed his lifestyle. He avoided those foods. He put nutrients in his body. And it gave him incredible hope because for the first time in years, he actually had a very, very significant reduction in his overall pain. And now he had hope for the future. A guy named Greg, guy in his late 20s, abdominal pain, bloating, irritable bowel. Anytime he ate anything with wheat, it destroyed him. Abdomen bloated. He had no idea that this was the connection that was really throwing him off. Through the kinesiology testing I do, his body said it didn't like wheat. And this was a big, 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 big part of his diet. So he eliminated all that, and lo and behold, he was doing a lot better, put 90 nutrients in his system, avoided other bad foods, and totally turned his life around. Thelma, 77-year-old woman. She had chronic constipation. She came back for her first follow-up visit and says, Jeff, you're a miracle worker. I'm like, what are you talking about? Because I'm not boastful or braggadocious at all. She says, I've been constipated for a long time, and I'm not constipated anymore. I'm like, that's amazing. I said, how long have you been constipated for? She said, I'm 77 years old. I've been constipated for the last 60 years. And I was blown away by this. First time ever, and I've seen her several times in the past couple of years, hasn't had any issue with constipation since. Her intestines needed some nutrients to help boost her immune system. Her intestines needed some nutrients to help repair intestinal wall. She needed some support digesting food. Everybody needs nutrition going into your cells, and our food supply doesn't have it. Next. Look at this poor little kid. His mother brought him into me. Face is all swollen, eyes are all swollen, lips are all swollen. He was out playing in a park, and for the first time that year, around the grass, reacted to the grass. He came to my office. I have over 3,200 testing valves in my office. And in one of the kits, it's plants and pollens of the Northeast. He failed on 13 of the 19 grasses in that testing kit. And I did an allergy reversal treatment for him on grasses. We gave him, tested him on his 90 nutrients, showed him what foods to stay away from. And lo and behold, a week later, there's the same kid doing a handstand in the pile of grass, had no reaction to it. So if you have issues with allergies, cats, dogs, cheese, milk, tomatoes, eggs, whatever, come in, let's do some testing and see what your body says and see if we can help you, eliminate these things from your health challenges. Okay, Mary's incredible story. This is one of my best testimonials. 91-year-old woman in a wheelchair. She had see-through skin. The pigment was gone in her skin. She couldn't see well enough to read for the previous 8 years, even with the help of a magnifying glass. She had a hearing aid. She had to use a walker to get around with. Dementia. She couldn't converse. She would blurt out one-word phrases, two-word phrases, but really couldn't converse. And had 35 years of chronic diarrhea and Crohn's disease. Saw the best gastroenterologist all through Pittsburgh. Test, scope, drug. 35 years of diarrhea. What? Unreal. Her daughter brought her into me. I did my testing with her, showed her what foods to stay away from, showed her what group of nutrients her body had the greatest reaction to, show her what immune boosting supplements or formulas we have that her body had the greatest reaction to. Her daughter decided to help her change her diet, change her lifestyle, and lo and behold, within 4 weeks, she returned and reported to me she doesn't have diarrhea anymore. 6 weeks, perfectly formed stools. 8 weeks was reading again with a magnifying glass. 10 weeks was walking at home without her cane. And 17 weeks into it, had a 3-hour conversation with her daughter and her son. She totally got her mind back. She's walking to church, talking to her lady friends, and her lady friends like Mary, like, what are you doing? And she told them, and some of them have been coming in here, and I've been helping them too. Basic concepts. Health starts with 90 nutritional nutrients, essential nutrients. These are things that your body can't manufacture these. So it's essential that you get it from your diet. And you can't get those nutrients from a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. You can't get that from a piece of pizza. You can't get that from a ham and egg sandwich. Bowl of pasta. It's not going to do it for you. 90% of our farmland doesn't have iodine, nor selenium, nor chromium, and it's abysmally low in many other minerals. And we're expecting to have, perfect, bodily functions on a completely nutritionally deficient diet. And a huge research study was done where they did 17,500 autopsies on animals. 450 different vertebrate animal species were looked at. They did 3,000 autopsies on humans. And here's the thing, they did 20 million tissue sample derivations where they figured out the nutrient makeup of every part of all of our bodies. And they found that all vertebrates, it doesn't matter if you're a mouse, a human, a rhino, a dog, cat, chimpanzee, monkey, horse, zebra, all vertebrates required the same 90 essential nutrients needed to drive all the chemical reactions that are supposed to happen in your body. And that's literally the backbone problem of almost every malady that people have, is we don't have all the chemical reactants our body needs to do all the chemical reactions it's supposed to do. And I've gave you a number of testimonial stories where people came in, they basically put 90 nutrients in their system. They took a digestive aid to help them digest their food more efficiently to get nutrients more into their bloodstream. They avoided foods that inflamed them. They avoided foods that blocked their absorption of nutrients, and their life turned around. This is a very simple concept, very simple system. Daily, you got to put nutrients in your body and you got to stay away from the bad stuff. Not too difficult. So 90 essential nutrients is 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 2 essential fatty acids, and 60 minerals. That includes trace minerals and rare earth trace minerals. But the problem is that 90% of our farmland, it's been abused. It's deficient. 90% of our farmland is deficient in iodine, 90% of our farmland is deficient in selenium, and 90% of our farmland is deficient in chromium. You need iodine for your thyroid to work. You need selenium for your thyroid and your liver to work. You need chromium for proper blood sugar metabolism, and it's not in our farmland. So unless you're supplementing, chances are you're nutritionally deficient and you're working on a lower system, basically. So, and the rest of our farmland is very low in many other minerals. They did a study in the 1920s that 20% of our farmland was significantly low in minerals. That's in the 1920s. 1980s, they repeated that study, and they found out 80% of our farmland is significantly low in minerals. And that was in the 80s, and that was, say, 30 years ago. It's gotten way worse since. And we're expecting to have proper function. People have all these nutritional deficiencies. They have all these symptoms of nutritional deficiencies. And unfortunately, you go to the MDs and they treat your nutritional deficiency symptoms with synthetic toxic chemicals. So our farmland has been decimated. The protein content in corn has declined, 30 to 50% from 1920 to 2001. But the starch content in corn has gone way up. So they're taking minerals out and putting sugars in. And that's not a good recipe for success. The magnesium content in vegetables and wheat has declined up to 25%. Trace minerals in vegetables, corn, manganese, zinc, copper, nickel, they've decreased over the last several decades, while toxic minerals like aluminum, lead, cadmium, they've skyrocketed actually. When I test people on the heavy metals testing kit, when they come to my office, if you're not taking nutrients, everybody fails on aluminum. I haven't found one person yet that didn't fail on aluminum and cadmium. So, but here's the awesome part about our bodies is we're never stuck with any old parts. All of our cells are being replaced with new cells over a period of time. This is what Dr. Jerry Tennant talks about quite often. He says it takes about 6 weeks to replace every cell of your skin with new cells. That takes a massive amount of nutrition. Your skin's your largest organ of your body, and that takes daily complete nutrition. It takes about 8 weeks to replace every cell of your liver with new ones. It takes 3 to 4 months to replace every cell of your pancreas with new cells. 8 months for your central nervous system and brain. It takes 14 months to replace every cell of your joints. And it takes 2 years to replace every cell of your bones with new cells. So, because we're tearing down old cells and replacing with new cells, people usually aren't putting 90 nutrients in their body. And they're tearing down old, weak, nutritionally deficient cells that have some level of dysfunction and replacing those with new, weak, nutritionally deficient cells that have the same level of dysfunction. So the system I'm talking about is if you put 90 nutrients in your body every day, digest your food more efficiently, avoid foods that inflame you, avoid foods that block your absorption of nutrients, in a short period of time, you're going to be replacing most of the organs in your body with new organs that most likely work better. And all of a sudden, our bodies work better. And this has happened for me. I had just extreme arthritis my whole life. This bicep tendon was severed by the arthritis in my shoulder back in 2001, and that tendon, the tendon tore off in 2011. This tendon tore off in 2017. Back pain, neck pain, knee pain in my 20s. It was terrible. And now I'm doing things in the gym I haven't done in 42 years because for the last 6 years, I've been putting all these nutrients in my body. I'm taking digestive enzymes with my meals. I avoid wheat, barley, rye, and oats like it's the plague. And I avoid eating food out of my house at restaurants because it's loaded with nasty, toxic chemicals that are addictive and do a lot of horrible things to our bodies. Okay. So the basic premise of what I do, when you come to me, I use a system of applied kinesiology where we get your body to communicate with both of us through muscle testing. Press on an arm, you can press on a leg, you can press on any muscle to ascertain your strength in that muscle, and you touch different reflexes on the body, and you'd be shocked. You hit one reflex, you're strong, another reflex, you're strong, another reflex, you're strong, another reflex, you're strong, and you're super weak. And then you can find what particular nutrient you can hang on to, which strengthens that weak reflex. And it's amazing. It's basically your body's telling you, I want this one, I don't want that vitamin. This will help you pinpoint what your body says it wants. And I never make any claims that this will cure you or fix you, but my track record pretty much speaks for itself. So basically, when we touch these reflexes, we're looking for disturbances in the force, the blockages in the way energy flows. And you can find out which particular nutrient strengthens all those weaknesses and which ones don't do much for you. And this really helps you pinpoint what your body says it could do. So again, we don't treat, cure, prevent anything. We're going to aid and assist you in improving your nutritional status and see how your body responds. Through energy testing, you can discover what's weak, but you also, through energy testing, you can find out which particular nutrient strengthens all those weak reflexes. We never make any claims, but we just basically, it's just a communication process that happens. Your body says, I like this, I like this, I like that. I don't like those over there. Very simple. So here's part of the system. Doesn't common sense tell you that if you give the body daily complete nutrition, if you eliminate the foods that inflame your body, if you eliminate foods that block your absorption of nutrients, if you discover and eradicate pathogens that may be affecting the body, if you discover and eradicate toxins that may be negatively affecting the body, and if you discover and eradicate harmful stored negative emotions that may be negatively affecting your body, then shouldn't the body have a much better chance to heal itself? We're designed to heal ourselves. Usually we're lacking the nutrition to do so because our food supply is so terrible. So this is what I do with every client who comes into my office. I get your body to communicate with both of us. Your body will tell us which components of daily complete your body will tell us which components of daily complete nutrition it's attracted to. Some people's bodies want digestive enzyme support. Other people's bodies want stomach acid support. Some people's bodies want antifungal remedies. Other people's bodies want antiviral remedies, antibacterial remedies, or antiparasite remedies. Your body will tell us what it has the greatest attraction to. We also test foods, find out what foods are messing you up. We test foods, what particular foods block your absorption of nutrients. And we can also test on toxins, heavy metal toxin kit. I have toxic chemical kits. I have over 3,200 different testing vials in my office. We can find out what your body has a negative response to. And say we find you have a negative response to a whole bunch of plastics and elasticizers and that kind of stuff. We can ask your body what strengthens your weak response to that. Which detoxifier, like Frontier Cleanse, does it strengthen that weak reflex? Does Proline Green strengthen it? Metallo Clear, Live Clear, Live Complete. Your body will tell you which one it likes the best. Then your teeth. Your teeth are wired to your body electrically. All energy meridians that flow through your body flow through your teeth, just like your electrical circuit breaker panel in your house. And if you have an infected crown, a mercury-filled tooth, or a root canal tooth, you're blocking voltage to 2 organs in your body for each tooth. A lot of people have issues with the molars on their bottom jaw. You just have a root canal, mercury-filling crown on that, something like that. You test it and it's super weak. That's connected to your lungs and large intestine. Your upper molars are pancreas and stomach on the right side, stomach and spleen on the left side. Your front 4 teeth are connected to your kidney and bladder. Your front 4 teeth on top and bottom. So it depends where it is in your mouth. It could be affecting the performance of different organs in your body. If you have these things, you're advised to maybe go see a biological dentist, have them evaluate you, have them test you, and advise you on what's the best thing to do to deal with that. So teeth are a big issue with many, many people. So, basically our health, our performance, our work, our life, it's dependent on nutrients. Do you live in abundance or do you live in deficiency? Toxicity. There's a million sources of toxins coming at us. How well is our body's ability to get rid of these toxins? They used to teach us that our genes were our destiny, and I found out our genes are not our destiny. For the most part, over 90% of the function of our body is not our genes. It's our epigenome. Whenever they mapped the human genome, they found we actually make way more proteins than we actually have genes that can code to transcribe to make these proteins. They're like, how can you make more proteins than you have genes to make them? So instead of just studying the genes, they started studying the whole cell. And they found on the covering to our cells are all these receptor sites. And when harmful toxins, benzene, aluminum, cadmium, mercury, cyclic hydrocarbons, when they land on the cell wall, they can distort the way the genes transcribe and create abnormal cellular function, cellular death, abnormal cellular growth, tumors, cysts, cancers, and so forth. So if we can get rid of toxins from our body, maybe we won't have this alteration of our gene code and have all these issues and problems. Well, your liver is supposed to detoxify your body. Whenever, let's say, you rub creams or lotions or salves on your skin, those toxins get through our bloodstream, and your liver's got to try to grab those toxins and change them into water-soluble, non-toxic things. But the more congested our liver is, the less it has the capacity to grab all the toxins, and more toxins now can get in your body. Then your liver's got to try to grab some. Your spleen's got to try to grab some and denature them as well. We just become more and more toxic as we age. So sometimes we need more nutrients that can bind to toxins so they don't bind to us and flush them out of our system. In your cells, they've identified 550 different kinase enzymes, including enzymes that activate the detoxification pathway. You need nutrients to make those enzymes. You need minerals for that. And remember, our farmland is very mineral poor. But then also we can be exposed to pathogens, bacteria, virus, fungus, parasites. We may need some extra support. Our immune system may need some extra support to help eradicate this stuff. We can test on all these things. And your mind, the power of your thoughts. Say, for instance, like this 91-year-old Mary, for 35 years, she had Crohn's disease and irritable bowel, chronic diarrhea. You would think that, like, the thought process is, this is my destiny. I'm going to have this the rest of my life. You got to put those thoughts in your head. Your body can overcome. Your body can fix things. Your body can turn it all around. I turned around so many things in my life that were terrible. I was a completely terrible functioning person 7 years ago until I learned this stuff, and everything in my life changed. Okay, but one of the things you got to know is you're never drug deficient. You can only be nutrient deficient. Drugs work on your symptoms of your nutritional deficiencies. So what happens when you go to the doctor? Well, since the FDA wrote the law that only a drug can treat, cure, or prevent any disease, you're only given drugs when you go see doctors, because that's the only thing they're allowed to prescribe to you. Many doctors have to sign in their contracts with their big healthcare systems. They will not talk about vitamin and mineral therapies. This is horrible. We're nutrient deficient. We're not drug deficient. So other than antibiotics, which kills the bacteria, all drugs are designed to reduce your symptoms and not cure the cause of the problem. And your symptoms come about because we're nutritionally deficient. So that system doesn't correct in any way dysfunctions in your health due to nutritional deficiencies. Taking synthetic chemical toxins to restore health challenges due to nutritional deficiencies is at best asinine. Yeah, I said that. So knowledge is power. This is an article by Meridian Health Clinic. You go online, you can search this up. There's a link for it down here. By Meridian Health Clinic. So it's how Rockefeller created the business of Western medicine, how they took control of the whole system. You can read through that article. It's very enlightening. So Rockefeller took control of Big Pharma. In the early 1900s, there was a variety of doctors and healing modalities in America. Some of the medical specialties included chiropractic, naturopathy, homeopathy, holistic medicine, and herbal medicine. They taught this in hospitals. They did this in hospitals. But you can't sell drugs with that type of model. And basically through the Flexner report, so to eliminate the competition, Rockefeller hired a contractor named Abraham Flexner to submit a report to Congress in 1910. This has been going on for a long time. This report concluded that there were too many doctors and medical schools in America, and that all natural healing modalities, which had existed for hundreds of years, were unscientific quackery. This is in the Flexner report. So with new laws in place, Rockefeller teamed up with Andrew Carnegie and started funding medical schools all over America on a strict condition that they only taught allopathic medicine, not naturopathic medicine. And through the power of their huge grants, they gave grants to medical schools, and then they set people on the board of directors of those medical schools from the Rockefeller Foundation, and they pretty much dictated the curriculum. So this powerful team systematically dismantled the previous curricula of these medical schools, removing any mention of the healing power of herbs or natural supplements or treatments. Teachings on diet and other natural non-drug treatments were also completely removed from medical programs. How many people know this? How many people think when they go to the doctor, they're going to get the right stuff to help them heal themselves? They're going to get synthetic, chemically toxic drugs to work on the symptoms of their nutritional deficiencies. Basic system. You want to avoid inflammatory agents. You want to put out immune system fires. If you got too much bacteria, fungus, parasites, viruses brewing in your system, you got to have the right nutritional regime to knock that down. If you have root canals, you may want to consider removing those root canals. I already had 2 root canals. I had them removed. Root canals put toxins in your body every day of your life that are worse than botulisms. Gliotoxins and thioethers, they're called. Mercury fillings. Maybe you want to consider having those mercury fillings removed. See a naturopathic doctor, biological dentist, have them advise you on that. Take in 90 nutrients, but also digest those nutrients. Have the right digestive aid to help you digest your food. You want to eliminate toxic chemicals, heavy metals, eliminate waste in your body. You want to improve energy flow through scars. We haven't touched on this yet. If you were to pull the skin off of a turkey leg, there's this white sinewy material over the red meat. That's fascia. Fascia is the wiring of our body. It's how we transport electrical flow in our body. When you do a surgical scar, they're cutting the fascia, they're cutting your wiring, and it's reducing the amount of energy flow to different parts of your body. There's energy meridians that flow through our body. And say, for instance, a woman gets a C-section. It's cut from one side of the abdomen to the other side of the abdomen. They're cutting the circulation and sex energy meridian. They're cutting the kidney meridian on either side of that. They're cutting the stomach meridian on either side of that. They're cutting the liver and spleen meridian, and they're reducing energy flow to all those organs, reducing function in the body. So maybe finding the right essential oil to put on those scars may help bridge that short circuiting that's happening there. And over a period of time, your body remakes the connection and gets better energy flow to your organs, and you function better. You got to exercise and move. Whenever you move a joint, it draws nutrients into the joint for you to regenerate the joint. And if you're stationary, you're stagnant, you're static, you may have more arthritis, more stiffness, more joint degeneration because you're not moving. You got to move. You got to use mental imaging, relaxation, meditation. All these things can help you with the function of your mind. Your thoughts are very, very powerful. And you got to believe that you can heal yourself. I've helped many, many, many people turn their lives around by helping them improve their nutritional status and help get them an awareness of what foods that really maybe not the best thing for them to eat. Stay away from those foods. Find out what foods block your absorption of nutrients. Find out what foods inflame you and irritate you. Pretty simple with the kinesiology testing to do this. All right, so if you think that big pharma, big healthcare, big food, big agriculture, you think they're there to help you get healthy and well, you are misinformed. They're only there to profit from you. If you're the CEO of any corporation, your only job is to maximize profits for your shareholders. You're the CEO of a pharmaceutical company. Your only job is to maximize profits for your shareholders. Look at the horrible ingredients they put in their multivitamins manufactured by pharmaceutical companies. Like Red 40, it's banned across the world because it's toxic nature. Yellow 5, Yellow 6, Blue 2, linked to different bladder cancers and things. Polyethylene glycol, the sister to antifreeze. Polyvinyl alcohol. Modified cornstarch, which is like an MSG. Pre-gelatinized cornstarch and regular cornstarch in a capsule you're supposed to swallow. Why are you putting sugar in a capsule you should swallow as a vitamin? It's astounding what's happening. And somehow this is supposed to be healthy for you. Well, if you're the CEO of a pharmaceutical company and your only job is to make profits for your shareholders, and you make a vitamin that makes people healthy and well, don't you think they would bounce you out of that job in a heartbeat? This is probably what's going on. So I use your body's energy to communicate with your source of power. All molecules have an electromagnetic field. All molecules vibrate, but all molecules emit in the electromagnetic field. Just like magnets. If you have magnets, put the positive poles of magnets together, there's something there. You turn a magnet around and they stick. We're made of molecules. We're a mass of electromagnetic fields. Certain electromagnetic fields amplify us, constructively interfere with us. Certain electromagnetic fields destructively interfere with us. It's very simple to ask your body, does your body like this one or that one? Real simple process. The Earth has electromagnetic field. Every planet has electromagnetic field. Our solar system has electromagnetic field. Everything is energy vibration, and electromagnetic fields. And certain fields are good for you, certain fields aren't so good for you. Our heart has this massive electromagnetic field that it emits, and our heart field interacts with many other people's heart fields. Certain things are cohesive and they work out great. Other heart fields, when they come together, it's like, no, back off. Your body will tell you. People know, like usually just in a few moments, like whether this person's like going to gel with you or not. So the vibrational frequency of a healthy body. The frequency of a healthy body is usually between 62 and 78 hertz, natural frequency of vibration. The food we eat, the thoughts we think, the environment we live in, and many other factors impact our vibrational frequency. So we've all experienced going to a certain place where something just didn't quite feel right. You probably should get out of there. Your intuitive mind's telling you, get out. We're experiencing, we're feeling things. So after some time, we start feeling depleted and drained when we do certain things. So no one can claim feeling energized and refreshed after a night of processed food and alcoholic drinks. These are things that lower your frequency of vibration. Or after you had a heated debate with somebody, lowers your frequency of vibration. This is because energy is constantly happening. Excuse me. So all items, all places, all people, we're all vibrating. And anything that vibrates at a lower frequency has an impact on your frequency. So disease manifests in your body when the vibrational frequency drops below 58 hertz. So in order to maintain optimal health, we must be very careful with not only with our diet, but also with what we feed our mind and our senses. So here's some frequencies of the human bodies. We vibrate 62 to 78 hertz. Colds and flus start at when our frequency drops to 57 to 60 hertz. Disease starts at 58 hertz. We're more receptive to cancer when we drop to 42 hertz. And death begins at 25 hertz. We're just slow down too much, we can't function. So frequencies of certain foods. Fresh produce has up to 15 hertz cycles per second, frequency of vibration. Dry herbs can be 12 to 22 hertz. Fresh dry herbs 12 to 22, fresh herbs 20 to 27. But essential oils, remember I was talking about putting essential oils on scars? They start at 52 hertz, but they can go as high as 320 hertz. When I test scars, quite often people do very well on scars with frankincense and lemon, or frankincense and lemongrass, or myrrh and lemon, or myrrh and lemongrass, and occasionally frankincense, lemon, and myrrh. Think about the three gifts given to the baby Jesus: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Lemon, frankincense, myrrh does well in many people. So everybody's different. Some people do better with different combinations. So we can test your body. Your body will tell you which one your body likes the best. So here's a few key steps that you can take to increase your frequency. Diet. Incorporate foods that have a higher vibrational frequency. Stay away from foods that have low vibrational frequency. Exercise. Adopt a routine that focuses on absorbing energetic vibrations from the ether. For example, Tai Chi, yoga, pranayama, dance, etc. Positive thoughts. Don't watch news or listen to anything negative. This is stuff that's designed to bring you down. They did studies in the 50s on helping companies that advertise on television sell more products. And they found when they produced programs where it left you feeling great and happy and healthy and well, you didn't have a strong need to consume. And they weren't selling many products when they advertised on those shows. But they put up programs where you felt empty and voided and irritated and off, shows about death and baby killing and murder and all sorts of things. You had a strong need to consume. And guess what's the most part of what's on TV? Stuff that gives you a strong need to consume. So you have to be cognizant of this, know that this could have an effect on your overall health watching this garbage. So here's a few key steps that you can take to help increase your vibrational frequency. Meditate. Practice love and kindness. What a concept that we should practice love and kindness. I love you, Phil. Spend time in nature. If you, say for instance, you're standing right beside a dryer, a mechanical dryer, it's drying your clothes. It's emitting cations, positively charged ions that are actually very detrimental to our body. If you go into the forest and wind is blowing past trees, it's creating anions, which are very beneficial for our body. When water crashes in the ocean, waves crash in the ocean, creates anions, which are very beneficial for our body. So go walk out in nature, particularly barefoot if you can tolerate it. Help yourself ground to the earth and connect and balance your energies even further. So, network news is increased disease and death. Network news is designed to put all this negative garbage on there. How many times have you seen on network news, hey, so and so and so and so got a big promotion at this big corporation? You never see this. You only see the negative stuff. And you got to think, who would profit from increased disease and death from you watching this garbage? The people that advertise on the news, you know who I'm talking about. All right, so what do we do for our 90 essential nutrients? If I don't see you, if I don't test you, maybe, am I missing it? Went too far here. So we need digestive enzymes. Sometimes we need beta enzymes. Sometimes we need cybezyme. Some people need stomach acid support. Some people need digestive enzyme support. I have 16 digestive formulas in my office. And we'll ask your body which one is the best that your body tests the best for. So omega-3D is essential fatty acid. It gives you 2 essential fatty acids. Frontier multivitamin gives you all the vitamins you need. Mineral Rich gives you 70 minerals. We need 60 to function. CircuCore gives you nutrients help improve circulation. We have 74,000 miles of blood vessels in our body. And most of that's through capillaries. And if we can improve circulation, you're improving nutrient delivery, you're improving oxygen delivery, and you're improving toxin elimination. Things like CircuCore may help you with that. Things like HA Plus is a great formula for joints, nutrition for joints. Super K2 Plus has vitamin A, vitamin D, and K2 in there, which may help you with decalcifying plaques, may help you with mineralizing your bones. Ultrazyme is a broad spectrum enzyme formula. So, Pan-Ox5. You know what, Phil? I think the transition from Google to, that's why I think it's changed a little. But anyway, most of these are digestive enzyme formulas or stomach acid support formulas, except the top 2 there. We'll ask your body which one it wants the best. Immune system. These things help boost the immune system. These things here may help to eat up biofilms in the body and give you energy to your cells and help deliver nutrients in your cells to boost your immune system. Your body will tell you if it wants it or not. These are probiotics. There's a wide range of probiotics here. Everybody's different. Some people do very well with superbiotics. Other people do very well with frontier biotics, or one of the other ones. Your body will tell you what it wants the best. These things may help knock Candida yeast fungus out of the system or parasites out of the system. These here are mostly for parasites, except for Live Clear 2. That was changed up. Our liver needs nutrients to function. How many people have eaten liver, eaten heart, eaten kidney, eaten eyeballs, eaten brain? The medical industry says, don't eat that organ meat. It's high in cholesterol. We make between 2,500 and 3,000 milligrams of cholesterol a day. And if you eat enough cholesterol, your body will make less. The amount of cholesterol from foods is irrelevant. There's nutrients in liver that helps your liver. There's nutrients in heart that helps your heart. And these nutrients are not in the muscle meat of an animal. So when we eat just muscle meat, we're not getting the nutrients that our organs need. Things like Live Complete give you choline and a bunch of other nutrients, helps support all the phases of liver detoxification. Frontier Cleanse is a different type of cleanser, has bentonite clay and a bunch of other detoxifying things in it. Powerfuel is extra support for ATP energy production in your cells. Metallic Clear helps purge metals from the system. What does your body want? Your body will tell you. If you're working out, want to recover from workouts, maybe these nutrients here will help you. If you have issues with your kidney, maybe these supplements here will help you. You can ask your body if it wants it or not. And also do allergy reversals. This is a profound method. It's helped a ton of people. I showed you the picture of this boy before. I've helped people eradicate their negative response to cats, dogs, cheese, mold, tomatoes, milk, eggs. all sorts of things. Over the past, I don't know, 20 some years, 24 years, I've been doing this, 26 years. I think it was 26 years I've been doing this now. I've helped many, many people with, eliminating their allergies. I can't guarantee I'll fix anybody, but we can, do a simple system and see how your body responds to it. I never make any claims that this will fix you. There's a chance that this can help you a lot. So, excuse me, that concludes my presentation for the day. If you want to set an appointment with me or the other chiropractors we work with here in the office, call the World of Wellness, 412-922-9355. 412-922-WELL. It spells out well. 412-922-9355. Hope you enjoyed the presentation. Share this with your friends, folks. This is information that should be taught in grade school. Taught in grade school. Taught in middle school. Taught in high school. Taught in college. But that interferes with pharmaceutical sales, and you just can't have that. Share this with as many people as you can. Until I see you in the office, hope you have a very healthy and blessed day. Phil, do we have any questions or comments from the online? Renee, good morning, Renee. I can't hear you. Okay. All right, great. Well, have a great day, everybody. Talk to you soon.